Okay, now that Freedom's out, I wanted to talk a little bit about how the song came to be. So the inspiration came from, I had just discovered Dayglow's pre-Dayglow project on SoundCloud. It's called Kindred, it's right here. And the song, When It All Started, I listened to that over and over again when I first found it, and it was in my head for days. Anyway, that often leads to the inspiration for my songs, is when I've started listening to something new and it's just, I can't get it out of my head. That's one of my biggest sources of inspiration. So as that was running around in my head, I started to get this idea for a vocal melody that I wanted to hear kind of in the same chord progression and similar style to that song. And so here's the melody that I came up with. I don't know where those words came from, that's just what came out. Anyway, when I recorded that, I really didn't like it. But I was still really inspired by that song, and so I didn't want to give up on the idea just yet. So then I pitched the recording up an octave and put it in Logic's stock sampler and sliced it up. So here's what it sounded like with the octave shift. And so after messing around with that for a little bit, I ended up with this line that I really liked, and this ended up being the sample line that plays in the song. And so at this point, after recording the sample, and I also had a vocal for the first chorus, this is what I had. So I didn't have anything of the verse yet. I just had up to the chorus and then that sample part the first time. And I still wasn't in love with it, but I liked the melody enough that I sent it to my sister. And I was almost shying away from finishing the song out because it kind of reminded me of Imagine Dragons a little bit. And I don't really like Imagine Dragons. But my sister ended up really liking it, and she encouraged me to keep working on it. And she told me some bands that it sounded like that kind of made me think that, okay, maybe this is not, too Imagine Dragons-y. And so after that, the rest of the song really came together super fast. I finished out that first verse and then the chorus and the bridge, and that whole time I was making bounces of the song and sending it to my sister. Again, it all just came together really quickly and really organically after that. And then Colton Jean put it in the pack punch machine and turned it into this.